morning. Hi everyone, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 153 and we're here in Southwest Florida watching the sunrise over the buildings and the trees and enjoying the Gulf of Mexico behind me. The sky's a little overcast today, so the sun's not super strong yet, but the waves are nice and loud today. They look small, but they're making quite an impact when they crash the shore. Good morning, Faye, DJ, Sarah Mae, Ruthie. Thank you all for joining me live this morning. If you're joining me live, please say hello. And if you're crafting this morning, I'd love to hear what you're working on. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining. I am working on a motif of single crochet in the round, where I turn my work at the end of each round so that I can closer resemble rows of single crochet as opposed to what single crochet looks like in the round if you don't turn your work at the end of the round. Jane's working on a doily. Nice. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry about that. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Isla Murata shawl. Great, Lisa. Hi, Dana. Hi, Heather. Thanks, everybody, for being here this morning. I appreciate it. Faye's working on a choker and a scarf. Wonderful. I am almost finished with my first draft of book 16 and getting ready to send that off to my editor this week, so pretty excited about that. Lots of work, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Hi, Seibu. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Dawn. Sorry I missed a few names, but thank you all for joining me live. Hi, Nancy. Katie's working on her Morgana shawl. Awesome. Hi, Anna Maria. Erica's with her Parrot Picasso. Hi, Picasso. Seibu's working on a keychain. How cute. Dana's working on socks and a sweater. Hi, Jenny. Thanks, Gail. Today I am wearing a brand new pattern that was just released this morning on my website. It's called the Birch Crochet Vest. And I brought some different things to show you different ways to style it because I thought it was very interesting because I was sitting there toying with lots of different ways to wear it this morning. I'm just going to finish this round and I'll show you more about the vest. It's made in Be So Fine yarn and it's sized with multiple sizes, so you can just choose your yarn according to the to the yardage. You could do it in any of my fingering weight yarns, you could do it in any of my sport weight yarns. Alright, I made it to the corner at least. So the vest is worked from the top down with raglan shaping, and I think you can see the raglan shaping in here. So it starts at the neckline and you increase down in 4 spots in double crochet, and then when you join at the armhole, you then work in this beautiful lace stitch pattern. The pattern comes with the written instructions for multiple sizes as well as a chart that I made for the lace portion. Very easy to wear, and it has a self-tying tie on it, which I think is absolutely the easiest way to wear a vest because you can just throw it on over anything then. And I'll turn around and show you what it looks like from the back. I did not make this one. One of the ladies in my knitting group, Lonnie, made this one, and I borrowed it from her to do the photo shoot and to do several photos of it to release the pattern. And so I'll be returning it back to her and probably making one for myself in a different color. I might even try it with a sport weight yarn just to show you a little something different, but super cute. And when I went to style it this morning, I thought it was really fun to show you how I believe that leopard print is really a neutral. And if you notice, it does detract a tiny bit from the lace, but not a ton. And what I wanted to show you regarding that is some different ways to style the vest. So like the no-brainer is to do it over a contrast solid color, right? So you put it over you wear the vest over a solid color dress or jeans and a tank top all matching, look at, you really see the stitch pattern of the lace pop, right? So going with a contrast solid color is always a no-brainer. And if you notice the way Lonnie wore it in the photo shoot, she wore it over a light color monochromatic contrast color underneath. So she did cream, and I'm showing you with navy. That would be my go-to color to show the contrast. But then I wanted to show it to you under a solid color that kind of matches the lace, and it gives a beautiful overlay and shows off the texture still. Isn't that interesting? Not quite as vibrant contrast as the navy, but still really pretty and still really shows off the lace. So sticking with something that's low contrast but solid color is another way to overlay. Think about when you see a white crochet dress over a white slip. It doesn't take away from the lace. It's just a more subtle version to do it. Do I have a tutorial? Yes, there's a free pattern for it on my website. And then I wanted to show you another print that picks up on some of the color of the vest, but not all of it. So you have a little bit of a pattern, a little bit of high contrast, a little bit of low contrast, and you can see that it's still workable. You could still do this. I would say it's probably my least favorite of the four, but it's not a complete no at the same time. There are things that I would think that are a no, and this isn't one of them. I still think that that's a cute option. It's just maybe not showing off the crochet work as much as the other ones, but I think as an outfit, it still works. It picks up on the colors of the flowers, and you get that high contrast of the white. So those were my 4 options this morning when getting dressed. And I thought if I was toying with them, I might as well show you the same and tell you why I like each one more or less than the others. So I like the leopard print, and I wanted to show you that leopard can be worn as a neutral, but other than that, I think I do like the solid colors better. And I'm really leaning towards the pink, and I didn't think I was going to lean towards that, but just thought it was interesting to show you all of those. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Yep, it's called the Birch Vest. I've put a link in the video description already, and if you go to my website, it is the most recent blog post, so if you go to blog, you'll find it right away. Somebody asked a question about a fringe vest, and I missed it, so please feel welcome to ask it again. But yeah, everything's in the video description already, and most recent links on my website. I've already shared it on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest as well. So all you need to do is go look for it. It's there. It's called the Birch Crochet Vest. This is an older color of Be So Fine yarn. It's an older version of Tropical Hot Coral. This is a dye lot that's about 5 years old. So this color is not exactly available, but we have tons of other colors. I think we've got 25 colors to choose from now, so there's lots of colors. I do have new colors of bling. Sarah May, the shawl that I made with the fringe that you attach as you go is in Motif Magic, and I'll show you the photo of that. It's called Lily. It's this one. This shawl. And there is a video tutorial on just the fringe alone if you're interested, and you can search for that here on my YouTube channel. Yep, you already have the book. Perfect, Sarah. Okay, now, next thing I wanted to tell you is that I've been busy dyeing all weekend, and my newest color of bling yarn in the Sunrise series collection is ready. As you may recall, the first Yarn on the Beach Sunrise colorway was inspired by our Southwest Florida January sunrise that had peaches and pinks and blues and a little tiny bit of purple in it. And this time I went with a more vibrant sunrise color from Fort Lauderdale Beach, and when you go to my website you can see the colors side by side of the photo that I used for inspiration along with the yarn. And here is the sporty version of it. This is Be So Sporty Bling in Sunrise number 2. And then here is Be So Fine Bling in Sunrise number 2. So you can see they both have a bright, vibrant violet and plum and raspberry and bright, vibrant orange, and then the colors blend together from those 3. So it's a very bold and vibrant sunrise, and Bling yarn has a thread of pure silver, not synthetic silver, not synthetic metallic, but pure silver threaded right, or applied right into the yarn. So this is the sporty version. Whoops, nope, this is the fine version. And this is the sporty version, and they're both available on my website. The sporty version, I believe, is already for sale in this colorway, and the fine will be listed this morning. I just need to take photos of it already. Thanks, Faye. Very, very pretty. I'm actually thinking about doing the birch vest in this colorway. I think that that would be super pretty. I have another colorway in the works, but this is the one that's available now. Very bold and vibrant and fiery, passionate, very warm. I love it. If anybody has any questions, sport weight, that's the way in the US we describe the weight of the yarn. It is 4 ounces and 325 yards. And all of the metric measurements are also available on the pages. I've also posted a link to this yarn in the video description, so if you can't find it on your own, it's right at the top of the video description this morning, right with the birch vest. So that's the Be So Fine Bling Sunrise number 2 and Be So Sporty in Sunrise number 2. And so if anybody has any questions about anything that I've showed you this morning, please feel welcome to ask. Oh, all of the dresses I showed you this morning are the same dress as the one I'm wearing, and those are available in my Amazon shop. And I'll just wait for a second here and see if there's any more questions. Good morning, Letty. Thank you, Kimberly. Oh, the bags were ordered, Sherry, but they will take, they need to go into production now, so it'll be a couple weeks before I get the bags. Oh shoot, where am I? There we go. Marlon's good. Thanks, Annie. Savvy wants to know what I'm wearing, or making. I'm making a swatch of single crochet in the round where I alternate, where I turn my row at the end, turn at the end of each round to change the look from a motif where you work single crochet in the round and always keep right side facing. And the reason I did that is to show you that it more closely resembles rows of single crochet. Wouldn't those be prettier lined up next to each other in a project than these two? They just don't match. And so what I wanted to show you is that you can make something in the round and in rows match better if you make the choice to turn your work at the end of each round, even though you don't have to. It would be an option, even though you don't have to, but by choosing to do so, you can change the look pretty dramatically from working in the round and not turning your work. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, thanks, Kimberly. Yep, soon as it dries, I'll be able to take pictures, Nancy, and on the day that it's dry, I'll bring it down to the beach so you can see it in the sunrise lighting. Do I have hooks in my Amazon shop? Yes, I shared links to the Susan Bates Silva Lume hooks that I like to use, and I shared links to a bamboo Tunisian set with really soft cables that I really like. Shared those, and I've shared some great deals on knitting needle sets that are also bamboo, and that's all in my Amazon shop. All stuff that I like to use. I didn't see that comment. Something about color, but I missed it. It goes so fast. Yeah, I don't spend much time in the sun, Rebecca. I'm here for about 30 minutes in the morning, and I leave by 8:15, so I don't get the you know, the stronger sun in the middle of the day. I'm only here in that very small window early in the morning. Oh, the new Sahara sunrise color. It is so pretty. I'm glad you like it. That would be pretty in this vest too. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Actually, excuse me. There's not a wrong color to make this vest in, though. It's just based on what colors look good on you and what coordinates with the colors in your wardrobe. Oh, missing longer comments. Sorry. Yes, I do hand dye some of my yarns. Thank you, Karen. Thanks, Faye. Is the new yarn right for summer? Absolutely. All of my yarns are plant-based, not animal-based fibers, so they are actually very well suited for summer. Thank you, Lisa. It is beautiful. It's bright and bold and vibrant and just so fun. How did I get my business and then I didn't see the rest? Sorry. Does the turn at the single crochet help prevent ruffling? No, ruffling has to do with probably having too many increases, not the right rate of increase in your corner. That would be my guess for why you're ruffling. It's really important to understand at what rate of increase to work corners, and the right increase, in my opinion, for single crochet is 3 stitches in the corners. If you were doing 5 stitches in the corners like you would for a double crochet round, and we'll get to that, double crochet will be the next stitch I do all of this demonstration on, and then we'll be able to compare double crochet and single crochet. And I'm going to do this for several stitches and some stitch patterns because I think there's some really valuable beginning information here. And the first thing I have to say about that is that 3 single crochets is all you need in the corners to keep this turning at 90 degrees. If you did 5 stitches here like you would in a double crochet motif, you would have some major ruffling. So that's possibly one of the reasons why you're having ruffling. If you can tell me how many stitches you've been putting in your corners, I might be able to help identify what the problem is. Always helpful to see a photo too, but we don't always have that. Kimberly, that is what she did. Yay! I was able to fix it. I love being able to fix problems. Let's see, that is not the corner, this one's the corner. Cebu wants some baby dress and baby items. I do have some booties on my website and a baby cocoon, some baby hats, but you're right, I don't have whole outfits. I missed another. I think someone was asking about the Wandering Love vest, but it was fading as I was reading. I did not get it. Please feel welcome to repeat your question. I try. Sounds like Jenny had something not so good happen this weekend, and I'm sorry, Jenny. My heart goes out to you too. You know we all care about you here, and we're sending you good thoughts. What are the dresses called? What dresses called? I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for the compliment on my braid. I did a Pinterest suggestion this morning. After the dry shampoo went in, I pulled the pieces of the braid apart to make it wider and bigger, and I think it worked. Yes, the Morgana shawl should be the same size on all three sides. That's correct. Thanks, Annie. I'm wearing a metallic lipstick today. How did I get my business going in the beginning, Nanette wants to know. Through lots and lots of hard work. When Marlon was a baby and I was just starting out, I had to work around his schedule, so gosh, there were more nights than I care to remember or count where I would start work after he went to bed at night and stay up all night working, you know, sleep 1 or 2 hours and then get up with him when he woke up in the morning. I had to really just live 2 lives to get things moving because he needed my attention during the day and I needed to work more than I needed to sleep. So, and I still work a ton of hours, but not the hours like I worked then. That was brutal. I slept, I think it was years that I only slept a couple hours a night, tops. I started out trying to sell handmade items wholesale to boutiques in Michigan, and it's one of the reasons why I totally speak very real and bluntly about people thinking long and hard before wanting to sell their items even retail because of the labor involved. It's a very, very challenging thing to do, and pretty much near impossible to make a living and get what you're worth in hourly labor. But after that, I think I had seen, in fact, this is a funny story about Jennifer Hansen. Those of you that know Jennifer Hansen of Stitch Diva Studios, she is probably the reason why I thought to start writing patterns, because I was struggling like crazy, working all hours of the night to make samples to sell wholesale to boutiques in Michigan. And I was getting good money for them, but couldn't keep up time-wise and labor-wise. But I saw that she had a pattern for sale on eBay. This was, gosh, long before Facebook, long before Ravelry, but I happened to be an eBay shopper since way back then, and I saw that she had posted a pattern of a Jessica Simpson shawl that she had created the pattern for. She had seen it and then decided to create the pattern, and I thought to myself, that's a great idea. I want to teach other people how to make stuff, and then I only have to make a sample once and I can sell the pattern forever. And I'm like, that's a great idea. Didn't realize that that was only the beginning. Yes, I have Ravelry. I'm talking about a story that's 14 years old, and Ravelry wasn't around back then. So, or 15, this was 14 years ago, yeah, and Ravelry did not exist yet. And so I wrote some of my patterns, and I thought I should probably try to sell them in some magazines. So I reached out to 2 publications, and I thought, well, should I focus on knitting or crochet? Okay, well, I don't know, so why don't you send off one pattern to a knitting publication and one pattern to a crochet publication and see what happens. And very shortly thereafter, they both got back to me and said yes. And I said, okay, there's your sign. You're going to work in knitting and crochet. And so I've been publishing knitting and crochet patterns ever since. It was slow going in the beginning, and I did attend some industry trade shows to get exposure back then. And, you know, again, this was before social media. This was, well, before a lot of social media. This was before Ravelry. So the industry trade shows were a way to network, whereas you didn't have all of these other amazing places to network online. And so it was a lot slower going than it could be now. Oh, thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, you know, everybody responded so well to my design aesthetic that I started making money as a crocheter. What do you call that? You know, designer selling to magazines. And when I started crocheting just shortly before that, when I was pregnant with my son, who's now 16 years old. So within a very short period of time, I taught myself how to knit and crochet, and started designing, and then started selling my designs to publications. And then found one of the magazine publishers was also a book publisher and also a TV show producer. That would be Interweave. And it was really great to have the opportunity to make books and be on a TV show along with designing for magazines back then. So I think that that really obviously helped give me exposure for my business. But I wasn't very good at social media back then in its inception. And so I don't think that I capitalized on the exposure that I was getting in the right ways, where I think my business would be a lot bigger right now if I'd have known what to do with that exposure. But that's okay. It's all a learning curve. Oh, my screen went dark. Ha. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Yeah, Sable, I just answered that. I started to knit and crochet about 16 years ago when I was pregnant with my son. Thanks, Heather. Oh, Lisa's gonna start her Morgana this week. That's great. Yes, Kimberly, the waves are so calming today, and the colors are so pretty too. The colors are soft and soothing as well today. Very subtle changes in color. No problem, Sabu. I'm happy to answer questions as many times as needed. I know it can be very confusing on a live stream. It's exciting, but also chaotic too, right? Lisa has multiple projects going. Me too. Having said that though, I'm toying with the idea of writing a book for Zen projects. You know how we talk about Zen projects being the things that you can just go to when you really don't want to think about anything? Where they'd be super simple and beginner projects, and I was kind of curious what anybody here thinks about that. Like super, super simple so that you could just pick it up and go. And I think that might be an interesting book for beginners and just for anybody that wants to have that extra side project for when life gets super stressful. Yeah, Sherry likes the idea of Zen. All right, good. You're welcome. I'm happy to talk more about designing. Yes, Cebu, I have blocking tutorials. You can search for it on my YouTube channel. Erica likes that idea too. Donna does too. Jane, Elisa, or Ellen, sorry. Lisa, Heather, Kimberly, Judy. Hi, Audrey. Ah, Sherry liked my necklace as her Zen project. Awesome. Yeah, Zen is good for the soul, and those those projects where you can really just zone out are so good for helping to cope with stressful times. Yes, Nanette, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's actually what I loved about long distance running when I was training for a marathon. The most exciting time for me was the last couple weeks when I had gotten to my 16-mile training runs. Like, it was in the 15 to, let's see, it's like the 12 to 16-mile training runs were the ones that I loved the most, because after the second hour, your brain just shuts off and you just keep running and you can really just completely zone out, and that was my favorite time, and I've yet to get to that place again. So I think that this would be a great way to incorporate that amazing healing therapeutic time with knitting and crochet. Yep, exactly, Ruthie. Cebu, a Zen project, it's something that I'm just terming myself. Everybody else could call it anything else. It's a project that is so easy and mindless that when you pick it up, you don't have to count your stitches. Well, you might need to count your stitches, but you can really just, you don't have to learn anything new. It's super simple, and it's just something that you can learn the repeat very quickly and just be able to let go of your thoughts, let go of your worries, and just sit there and mindlessly knit or crochet for therapeutic, relaxing time. Yep, just to zone out on the project, exactly. Thanks, Jenny. I think all of us could use it, certainly in times of trouble or times of stress, and it doubles as a great beginner type of a project too. Yeah, me too, Lisa. But see, there's a time and a place for everything, right? Yes, I saw that comment but didn't read the whole thing, but knitting and crochet is fantastic for people with PTSD, which does include veterans, does include survivors of domestic violence, and people that also, and just people who have suffered from different traumatic experiences. But PTSD is no joke. There's so many varieties of it, and knitting and crochet can be extremely therapeutic to them, but when it's a simple project, right? Or once they've gotten past the learning curve of a project, for sure. Lisa has PTSD too, I'm sorry about that. Myra, I did not see your comment, it went way too quick, I'm sorry. And any loss in your life, DJ, absolutely. The comments are super fast today, Ruthie. Oh, we're out of time anyway. All right, let's take this last minute to look out on this gorgeous view, soak in the colors and the sounds of the waves, and set our intentions for the day. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, the beautiful scenery, chatting with me and everyone else here. Don't forget, I have lots of links in the video description below if you need to find this pattern or these yarns or anything else we talked about today, or all the social media links. And if you like Yarn on the Beach podcast, please click thumbs up, share it with your friends.